Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Baked Potato, and today I'm going to talk about niacin deficiency in adult ducks. So if you're having any issues with that, stay tuned. Okay, so one of the first things we're going to talk about is what is niacin. And niacin is a B3 vitamin. Um, it is water soluble, so that just means our bodies don't store this. Niacin helps the body convert various nutrients like fats, carbohydrates, proteins into usable energy. And it's a very important vitamin for our ducks' well being and for their bone development, their brains, organs, all that good stuff. If you've ever raised baby ducks, especially, you'll know how important niacin is in their diet when they're developing because you can have issues with leg development. And if you've ever seen a duck, they are kind of shaped like a boat and they're very top heavy. So they have to have some sturdy legs to carry themselves. So the reason why I'm making this video is I actually dealt with a niacin deficiency about a month ago, probably. One of my ducks, Potato, she's a khaki Campbell. She's 3 years old. She dealt with this. I went out to my coop one day and I just seen that she was laying down. She wasn't moving. Her neck was kind of over to the side. So those are some signs that you could be dealing with a niacin deficiency. I went ahead and picked her up and I just tried to get some resistance from her feet and I got nothing. They were like wet noodles. That's like the best way I can explain it. So, um, we went ahead and removed her from the flock because that's like one of the first things that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go ahead and remove the bird that's needing medical attention from the flock. I like to put them in like a dog crate or something like that. And I'll normally keep them in my house in my basement or I have a mudroom that I'll keep them in. So I like to do temp control just because I feel like it allows the bird not to have, so much stress with all this stuff going on. Um, but I know not everybody's going to be able to bring their bird inside. And also, uh, birds can carry diseases. So just throwing that out there, be careful. But I mean, my bird is separated from the rest of my house, so it has never been a problem for me. Um, the next thing I'm going to basically hit on is one of the most important things that you're going to need. And if you have ducks, you should always have this on hand because you never know when you're going to need it. So we're going to talk about brewer's yeast. This is what brewer's yeast is. And this is just something that I got from my local grocery store. Um, doesn't have to be anything fancy, you know. I believe it's just the yeast left over from brewing beer. Cool. Okay. So anyway, this is what you want, okay? I have other brands. Like this is like specifically made for birds, chickens, ducks. It's kind of expensive, I'm not gonna lie. I don't think I would get this again. It was like I think this was like $30 for this, and I just think that's kind of insane. Um, but yeah, I have another brand over here. This one's one I like because this was $30 and this is like a 5 pound bag. And I think it's, yeah, Josh's Frogs Brewer Yeast. So you can get this online. I think I got this from like Amazon or something. But I think this was $30 and like you get 5 pounds. And I believe this was like 20 to 30 and it's 16 ounces. So watch out for that because you can kind of get screwed. Um, Good to know. So I'm gonna go ahead and talk about one of the first things that I did besides giving Potato the niacin on her food and then also in her water. What I did was I kind of made this little like slurry where I took a egg yolk from my chickens and I mixed it with a little bit of brewer's yeast and then just a little bit of electrolytes and just a few drops of water. I probably used like maybe a few teaspoons of brewer's yeast. Um, you mix it all together, and then I just grabbed a syringe. I sucked it up with a syringe, and then I went ahead and administered it to Potato. So I want to kind of talk about that. Um, this, I believe, was the thing that really helped potato get over the niacin deficiency, because when you're dealing with this, you want to just push as much niacin as you possibly can. I would not worry about too much, because at this point, if our birds' legs aren't moving and they're not functioning and they're not moving, then we need to just get as much in them as they can possibly receive. So with the slurry, with the syringe, I wanted to go over how you're going to give this to your duck, because this is also very important, because ducks aspirate so easily. You do not want to do this wrong. So you're going to sit your duck up and you're going to have their head like this. Do not ever feed your duck on their back, please. Do not ever feed your duck on their back. Okay? Okay, I'm glad I said that. Don't. Okay, so you're going to sit your duck up like this. And I went ahead and I just grabbed her bill, opened her mouth, and I just squirt a little bit in here at the front. Okay. And then she went ahead and she kind of just ate it a little bit. It does take patience. You do have to be patient. I did this 3 times a day. But I let her eat it. You're not shooting it in the back of their throat, because that's what's going to cause aspiration. Aspiration is basically like when we have food or water that does not go down to the stomach, it goes into the lung. It goes down the wrong tube. Okay. It can happen to people, it can happen to animals. Don't recommend, do not do this. Just do it correctly. Make sure you're sitting the duck up, neck up straight, right? Not on the back. Okay. So yeah, anyway. So the other thing that I did to help support potato was I did warm baths. That just kind of helps, get her moving again. She was able to move in the water a lot easier than she was able to walk. And ducks love water, so this was also something that kept her spirits up, because during this time she was also separated from her flock. So I know that she was, upset, but this is how we had to do it, because it was unsafe for her to be with the other birds because she was not moving and they were trampling her. So I did warm baths of Potato and she really looked forward to that. And that's also how I fed Potato, because she liked to eat, like, I made a little soup. She really liked mealworms and peas. So I went ahead and just made that. And then I put your best friend here is Brewer's Yeast in there. Okay. So I did that. I think at first I even sprinkled like a little bit of electrolytes in there, just because, that kind of will perk our birds up a little bit. They're not feeling good. She probably wasn't drinking the best or eating the best. So that will just kind of help perk them up. I guess another thing I should mention is why Potato got this bad, right? So Potato was broody. So if you don't already know, broody birds, they're just trying to hatch out some eggs. So they're trying to sit on the eggs. They don't move. They don't eat. And if you've ever seen a broody duck, they're not moving. Like, I feel like broody ducks are even worse than chickens. Like, they're not going to move. Like, I have to physically go out there and remove my birds from the nest, like, quite often. So that's what occurred. I am going to go ahead and insert a video that I have of Potato when I was giving her baths, just so you can kind of see what she looked like before. This video is not her at her worst. Like, she actually was a lot worse. There was actually a point where she just used her wings to get around. Like, she just dragged her body around and was just using her wings. I don't think I have any footage of that, but I do have footage of, like, I think it was like a week or so later when she was kind of moving again. So I'll insert that now. So let's go over aftercare and what aftercare is going to look like for our niacin deficient adult duck. Okay. So I went ahead and I keep giving Brewer's Yeast, and I do it now just because I don't want this incident to ever happen again. So anytime I give feed to my ducks, I'm always putting, Brewer's Yeast in there. It doesn't have to be this kind. This shit's expensive. Get this. Or Get this. Okay. But yeah, so anyway, still putting brewer's yeast in all my birds' food. That's just how it will be from now on out, here on out. Um, so the other thing that I did was I would still continue to do the slurry concoction, which is, your egg yolk, your brewer's yeast, your electrolytes, and a little bit of water. Um, I still did that. I did taper off to like once a day eventually when I saw her eating her food, but there was a while where she was not eating her duck feed. So I had to do that. And then I had to go out to the coop and give her, I called it mealworm soup. It's just mealworms and some like brewer's yeast kind of thing in water. But that is what she lived off for a very long time, to be honest, because that is all she would really eat for me. I did try to throw, some vegetables in. I tried different things with her, but that was her go-to. And I was like, I'm just going to kind of let it happen because at the time I was dealing with this, I did not know if Potato was going to live, and I did not know if she did live, I didn't know if she was going to have a really normal life or how she was going to get around because it was that bad. It was very bad when I got to her. So I'm actually going to grab Potato so you can see what Potato looks like now. Potato, that poor girl. She also was molting like right after that. Like right after the incident of her being niacin deficient and then egg bound. Oh yeah, she was egg bound like months before that. So like Potato has like had a really bad year, so she's super ready for 2025 if you know what I mean. But okay, I'm going to introduce you to Potato. Hold on. Okay. Here's Potato. This is Potato. Potato, say hi. She's never this is my resin room that I do like my resin stuff in. she's she's never been in here, so she's kind of freaked. And she just shit on me and bit me. So that's awesome. So yeah, this is Potato. Let me see if I can get her out of the towel here without her shitting on me. Okay, come here, Poe. Okay, don't poop. Please don't poop on me though, okay? You promise you won't. Please don't poop on me. Okay. So these are her little feet. Um, I believe, let me see, the right one. I don't know if you can even tell. Sorry, Poe. Oh, Poe. Okay, so the right one, the one that she's got hooked on my sleeve here, this is the foot that it it just never went back to super normal, but she gets around really well. Um, the other foot is fine. But yeah, do you hate me? Do you hate me right now? Please don't bite my nose. Okay. Oh, oh God! She's gonna eat my choker. Okay. So yeah, anyway, don't eat my hair. Did you poop? Oh my God. Honestly, the reason why I made this video or why I wanted to is because when this happened to me, I could not find like any information online about adult ducks. Like it was incredibly hard that adult ducks that have a niacin deficiency. She's just really scared. It's okay, baby. I'm gonna take you back out. Um, so I felt it was important to share kind of my experience in case, someone out there, like if you need this information, it's there for you. Um, because when you're dealing with that, it is really scary because she was to the point where she wasn't even eating. And I really thought I was going to lose Potato. But she's a miracle duck and she came back and she's thriving. She looking good. Oh, look. It looks like you're my nose. Look, I have like a duck nose. Okay. Thanks so much if you watched this video. I felt like it was a more important one to make just because there's like not a lot of information out there. So I really appreciate it if you watch it. Like it if you want to. It's whatever. I just wanted people to know what I did for my duck so you can hopefully save your duck. I got shit on, so I'm gonna probably take off here. Potato, do you want to say goodbye to everybody? I'm gonna say goodbye. Okay. Whoa, you're like really stretching your neck. Okay. Bye everybody. Thanks so much for stopping by and like meeting Potato. She's the star today, you know. Okay. Bye. She's in my hair. She's in my hair. No.